Audio Jungle.
I'm glad to welcome you, beautiful viewers, on today's edition of Biased in the Southwestern on Flip TV with Michael Adekunle. Today's edition of this program, we have the Punch newspaper bringing us very vital information, crucial headline on the front page of this paper. Scores of ASU members face bleak Christmas over IPPIS. Scores of ASU members face bleak Christmas over IPPIS. All right, moving to another one here on the rider. Federal government is universities. Workers, employer says UNN. Federal government is universities. Workers, employer says UNN. No pay, no work. Ibadan varsity lecturers tell federal government. No pay, no work. Ibadan varsity lecturers tell federal government. Moving to another story here on the front page of this same journal. Anti-Graft war, democracy too slow for my liking, says the president, Buhari. Anti-Graft war, democracy too slow for my liking, says Buhari. On to the next one. FIRS to begin clampdown on tax defaulters. FIRS to begin clampdown on tax defaulters. Kalu 6 post-conviction bail cites poor health. Kalu 6 post-conviction bail cites poor health. Buhari may seek amendments to 2020 budgets. The president may seek an amendment to 2020 budget. 2023 presidency, Ango Abdullahi receives knocks for opposing zoning. All right, down the paper we have another story here. Senate summons Adegbeshola over visa on arrival policy. Court jails BPE boss. 30 days for contempt. Ogun Assembly confirms Abiodun's 17 cabinet nominees. APC files protests. On to the next one on NURTW. Lagos NURTW members clash fight for park control. Lagos NURTW members clash fight for park control. Okay, moving on to Lagos State. What do we have here? Lagos Metro Rail will become operational in 2021. That's what the governor of Lagos State is saying, Sanwo-Olu. Lagos Metro Rail will become operational in 2021, says Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State. Reps block proposed 6-year single tenure for presidents, governors. Reps block proposed 6-year single term for presidents and governors. These are the stories we have on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Let's join our reviewers for more talks. I'll be right back. This anti-graft war, talking about fighting corruption, is too slow. 1983 to 1985, you could see what the president did on corruption issues, but it seems he's not finding it easy this time around in the democratic setting.
Thank God, Mr. President himself referred back when he was on khaki, when he was the then military head of state, not civilian elected president. Now, I would like to ask him, what is his achievement at that time? What was his achievement? He used gun, face on defenseless civilian who don't know what is called trigger, rough handling them. He come out boldly, boasting that he overthrew elected civilian president of Shehu Shagari. Let us clap for him. Nigerians, they quickly forget. If Nigerians are not quickly forget, they could not allow him to be a civilian elected democratic president. because he is the one that destroyed it. That make us to linger. Because he destroyed that 1979 election Obasanjo did. Obasanjo was a military man. He handed over peacefully. Even when long-staying African presidents and head of state that time persuading Obasanjo not to hand over, Obasanjo refused to hand over. He came and interrupted it. Because he interrupted lead to June 12 crisis that killed Abiola. If that is civilian president continue, it could be more better, but now we got matured. Now he's boasting. What did he achieve that time? Making decree and backdating it. Use gun, face people. Is that achievement? Forcing people against their will. He execute 3 suspects as cocaine. They caught them that they carry a substance. The suspect that is cocaine. Law haven't convinced them. The only suspect, they are not accuser. They didn't commit the crime. They are not guilty yet. He made a decree and backdated it to execute them. You see what he achieved? He judged journalists. You see what he achieved? This is why I'm telling you all the time that we are not democratic. You just take Agbada and cover uniform and ruling us. Is he a strong man? When Babangida sweep him out of office without any resistance, Igbo went to Mecca. If he's a strong man, that is very night Igbo went to Mecca. That's very night to overthrow him. He was able to put a resistance. Okay. See people that are military men, like I boast, I listen today. When Murtala was killed, Obasanjo and his men, Babangida, they resist Dinka and rescued the power out of his hand. When Babangida was overthrown by Gideon, okay, he resisted and collect his power back. But when he was overthrown, he moved like a woman because the Dagbo wasn't around. What did he achieve? What corruption did he fight? What corruption did he fight? He carried people, jail them without judging them, without finding out they are guilty. I will jail them before I will tell them, prove to them they are guilty. Why can't they pass through law? You make a decree, you set tribunal, forcing people, imposing guilty upon them when they are not yet guilty. Is it what he achieved?
This time around that some of these persons are guilty.
How many people have you jailed?
Don't you think the law is too slow? The court is too slow in passing verdict on those people found guilty.
If he feels that he's fighting corruption, he should first of all purge himself. He's corrupt by rigging the election. Rigging the election is not corruption. Manipulating things is not corruption. He manipulated 2019 election and fixed himself there. Is it not corruption? He purged himself first. He manipulated the judiciary, imposed a man who is not qualified to be a attorney general on the federation. They accept it. Is it not corruption? Let him purge himself first. Corruption. When he returned from abroad, he went on treatment. The last abroad he went on treatment. He spent more than 100 and some days. Over 100 and some days. Which constitution did not allow anybody to stay over there. He returned and went back to the office. Is it not corruption?
It seems the president is so much bound by the constitution, and the constitution is not allowing him to perform the way he performed during the military era.
If he is respecting constitution, you could allow 2019 election to be follow the due process. You don't follow the due process. If he abide in constitution, you could not allow military use armed forces to rig the election against PDP and Atiku. It's not operating on constitution. If it's operating on constitution, you could allow federal character in sharing posts in federal character to stand, because federal character is in constitution.
Now let's quickly move down to what we have here. Red Bloc proposed 6-year single tenure for presidents and governors. Of course, the ex-president of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, bidded for this. He proposed for single-year tenure for the president and governors. Now, don't you think this should be implemented?
You see, one thing in Nigeria as a whole, When they hate you, they hate you. Whatever you do that is good is bad. If you do bad, they crucify you straight. People from south east, south south, Nigeria as a whole hate them. This is the problem of Nigeria. They refuse to put a right peg in a right hole. They will put square peg in a round hole. Good luck, Jonathan Ebele. If they follow his information of governance, single time, and what he advocate, Nigeria could be more better.
Instead of voting every 4 years or every.
This rigging of 2019 election could not have done.
Let them do the one time and leave.
Good luck said it because he came from a tribe they hate. He came from a region they don't want to say any good thing come out from Nazareth. That's the problem holding Nigeria. There's a good thing in Nazareth, but they refuse that good thing to come out. At the end, they will come back and say, one person will come up and say, I sponsor it. Whether as a man, there was a woman in Nazareth, which is southeast, that God have raised up to erase that issue. They broke it. Like, let me tell you now. For example, restructuring was the Ojukwu ambition or Ojukwu presentation in Aburi, which we call for confederation. Nigeria refuses. It was that Aburi that led to civil war. Had it been Nigeria agreed to implement Aburi, this restructuring today will not be a problem. Everybody could have stayed and we still remain one entity of Nigeria. But they refuse. And they saw that Aburi Accord. Then Ojukwu said, on Aburi we stand. People don't know why Ojukwu went to war. Aburi, number one, they want to relinquish power to Colonel Adebayo, the then Western region. To this, Ojukwu tell go one, relinquish power, he is the highest army hierarchy. As far as the Russians have died, Ogutukpe run away. He is the next one. I'm not fighting to rule. We are junior to him, respect him, relinquish the power onto him according to military information. And implement Aburi Accord. The one who said no. Ojukwu said, okay, on Aburi we stand. If not Aburi, Biafra, Ojukwu declare Biafra, the one bounce on him. Now, Nigeria come back again, change the name on restructuring. Let me tell you, restructuring will never hold in Nigeria. Today, Nigeria of today, unless Nigeria of tomorrow, restructuring will never hold.
Why did you say that?
Because we cannot share our blood. The Igbos, south and southeast, cannot share their blood in the time of civil war, known as Biafran War. Once we reject, make us to share our blood. We want to implement it after sharing our blood. God will never allow it to be. So forget about restructuring in Nigeria. The blood of innocent people, the blood of Oshiko children, the blood of motherless, the blood of Igbos killed in North, anarchy, is still crying unto God against the restructuring. It will not work.
We have anti-graft war. The president saying that democracy is too slow for him to act, for him to perform, for him to jail some persons that have been found guilty.
Democracy is slow. Because now, even though in democracy, him is not working with the system of democracy. He's working in the system of military. So is it because the democracy is too slow? That's why he want to use military way to rule Abi. He have already make it clear for everybody. You understand? Because he don't want to follow the system of democracy. Because the democracy is what? It's too slow.
It's not a dictatorship and government.
You know, there are some newspaper Daily Time, some papers say they will be calling President him, they will not call him president, they will call him retired general. That is General Muhammad Buhari. No, because when you see him, you know that he's not working in democracy system. He's working in military system. You understand? So for him, let us to know. That is what me, personally, I have been waiting for. Let him let us to know that we are in what? Military rule. He have already let us know that the reason why he's going the way he's going, because the democracy is what? It's too slow to jail somebody that is. And let him go, if it is the military way, let all those people that you know that are corrupt, Tinubu and co, all of them, Okorocha, Godswill Akpabio, all of them, let them pack them, join Ojus Okalo there. Then he will know that, yeah, the democracy is really slow because there's something that you want to do. Truly, the democracy, the court will say, no, this thing cannot happen like this. You understand? You have to follow the process. But when you go to military era, they will not wait for a court to judge. They will just send you inside there. So if that is what will make the country better, let him do what? Do it, because there are some people, me personally, I want him to jail. There are some people in this country, if he jail them, the country will be better. If he know that, as old as if he have something tangible for this country, let him jail those people. And when he jail those people, the country will be better. You understand? Because if you know that the democracy is disturbing the system, let us follow in the way that everybody understand that this is the way we are going.
But do you think it will be possible?
It's not possible.
That's turning democracy to military regime.
It's not going to be easy for him. Because even though in the whole ECOWAS, they have prescribed military rule in many countries. So it will not be easy. You understand? That's why you see himself, he's trying to follow the system of democracy, but it's not working for him. It's not working for him, so he wants to use military and democracy. But that's why you see that some people will begin to say we are in democracy, while in your own way, democracy is not standing in the air. Only what is standing in the air is military.
The law is even biting in himself.
The law, that's why I look at one place that they are inviting SGF, DSS, because of what? Disobedient to court orders. Because it's only military regime that you know that such people in the country disobey the court order. Because court order, military did not wait for court to speak for them. They do take their own action, because when the action comes from their quarter, they will not wait for court to say, court, do this. You understand? That is, because if truly we have court that can pass a judge, if they say now we are in democracy, let the democracy system do what? Continue. Okay, let them obey the court rule. But if you say we are in military, let them prescribe anything that anybody that they know that is corrupt and they want to fight corruption, they should arrest them. You understand?
Now, what's your own take on reps blocking the proposed 6-year tenure?
Them themselves, they are not stupid. They know. Because that one can never possible in this country. Because there are people that will still stop him, even though the rep want to pass it into law. People will still stand against it. Because the same thing Obasanjo want to do, they stop it. And that is the same thing that made them gang up against Jonathan. Because they say Jonathan ruled for 6 years. You understand? Jonathan ruled for 6 years. And if that's what they say though, because they say he complete the tenure of Yaradua, making 2 years from the whole 4 years. That's 2 years. That's what they said. Then when he want to contest for president again for 2015, they now gang up against him that it's not possible for him. Because when he go, he will have to make 10 years. 10 years. That's why they gang up against him. And you think that now the people want to come and extend somebody tenure. Okay, now, if president is supposed to rule for 4 years, he now want to rule for 6 years. After the 6 years, he will contest again. He will not contest again. That is the end. If that is what I'm asking, because we have to know. If then they want to say, let there be a single term, 6 years, yes, it's good. Because the 8 years self is a prison. We are inside prison already, because this was self. We have now to 6 years. Everybody don't tire for the regime of this government. But if they know that it's good, it will favor us. Let them do what? Pass it into law.
Don't you think it will favor Nigerians, especially the electorate, to their votes? Because every year, every 4 years, we go out there to vote, and people shed blood, innocent blood.
If I see that, that's what I'm asking. I thought that whether after the 6 years, the person will still contest again for another 6 years. It's good. Let follow the system. But the rep, they know that the thing will not favor them. You understand? That's why they're not accepting. You know that our government, anything that will not favor them, they don't accept it. They will never implement it.
Actually, the 6 years, I think we can give it a trial. I think we can give it a try.
Why do you say so?
When you compare 8 years with 6 years, it's just a difference of 2 years. And the 2 years, all I know is that when somebody become a governor, that first 4 years, he will use it to organize himself, prepare program. Then the second tenure, he use it to complete any program he might have. So he won't say, I don't have enough time. But now, when you make it 6 years, then it means he have to complete whatever he has in 3 years. Then use these other 3 years to complete everything. You understand what I'm trying to say? He will, okay, I'm going to an office which I'm not familiar with. He wasn't a permanent secretary, he's just a politician. No, we need enough of a lot of time to think about what I'm going to do to be a successful governor. So that 3 years will be used for that. Then why the other 3 years? I think the 6 years should be okay. It's a welcome idea.
Now, what would be the benefit to the masses?
All depends. The benefit will still come. Even though if you say 2 years, only that you have to do things in rush, in a hurry. Even 4 years, if you have your master plan. The funny part of it is that most of our people, they don't think. Most of our leaders, and that is the problem we are having in Nigeria. But Jakande, when he was governor, when he was a good governor in Lagos, I wasn't a small boy. He will be there till 3 o'clock a.m. thinking of what I'm going to do, how he will travel all over the world to bring something for his people. And when you look at him now, today, God gave him long life, but he hasn't acquired anything. That is the type of person Nigeria should pray for. You understand me? At the end of the day, Baba was able to liberate a lot of us because that time we were living in Ajegunle. I was living in a box quarter with some friends because you cannot see vacancy. You can't see room to let anywhere. So if I'm living a place, I have to bring my brother for you to know how scarce, to get apartment in those days. But when Baba came up on board, he organized this my 2 house Jakande estate, all the Jakandes you are seeing, Baba organized it. Just with boys living in one room, we were able to pay 1,000 to acquire those places. They asked you to go and deposit 1,000. May God bless him and give him more long life.
Amen. Now let's quickly move down to anti-graft war that the president has been fighting. He made a statement. He said the democracy is too slow for him to perform. Unlike when he was the military head of state, in 1983. Now, what is your take on it? Is it too slow for the president to perform, or what? What is wrong with the system? Is it the judiciary that is the problem of the president, or the president himself?
Well, I don't think the man is the way I'm seeing it. I am not his supporter. That's the truth. But the way he's handling things now, I think things will work. Things will work. He has been able to get the house. He has been able to get all the necessary instruments to forge forward. And I can assure you, according to what he said no single one of them will escape. And by jailing Ojikalu now, I think that is a typical example. He has become APC because of all these things, but still. So those who think they are under APC, they are under cover. I think with this, I think they might be dreaming.
It's one day they will meet their Waterloo.
Within these 4 years. And this president promised us, when he's one of his campaign, that he's going there because of ordinary people. But with this, with what he has done, with this development now, I have seen that he's actually on course.
This is where we wrap it up on today's edition of Bystander South Newsstands. Make sure you join us next time as we bring you another interesting topic from the newsstands. Michael Adekule still remains my name, of course. Always behind the camera is Latif Adewale. In the studio, Michael Ojo. Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Keep watching Flip TV. Bye, viewers.